Good evening, and welcome. Tonight, I'll take you on a gentle journey through the animal world, a journey filled with soft stories, fascinating facts, and calming images. As you lie down, close your eyes and relax. Imagine yourself walking slowly into a peaceful forest. The air is cool, the night is quiet, and all around animals are living their quiet, wonderful lives. There's no need to do anything but listen and drift deeper into calmness. Let's begin. The owl, silent hunter of the night. Owls are the quiet masters of the forest night. Their wings are designed to fly in silence, so silent that even the smallest mouse cannot hear them coming. Their feathers have soft, velvety edges, breaking the air, slowing it down, and turning flight into silence. As the owl spreads its wings, it glides under the moonlight, watching the world with big golden eyes. Some owls can turn their heads almost all the way around, a full 270 degrees, looking without moving their bodies. Imagine the soft sound of an owl's call, echoing through the trees, a lullaby of the night. Next story. The dolphin, gentle dancer of the ocean. Now, picture yourself drifting on calm waves, far away in the open sea. Beneath the surface, dolphins swim together as if dancing in water. Dolphins use sounds, little whistles and clicks to talk to each other, to guide their families, and to find food. Their brains are large, filled with intelligence and playfulness. Sometimes they leap out of the water, like children playing in the waves. But at night, they rest one half of their brain at a time, so they can sleep and breathe without ever sinking, floating peacefully like you now, half asleep, half aware, gently safe. The giraffe, tall dreamer of the savannah. Far away, on warm golden plains, giraffes walk slowly under the stars, their long necks stretched to the treetops, picking leaves one by one. A giraffe has the same number of neck bones as humans do, only bigger, like tall towers stacked together. When giraffes rest, they often stand, eyes half closed, sometimes curling their necks softly to the ground. Their hearts are strong, pushing blood all the way up to the head. And as they walk, each step feels gentle, like the earth itself is rocking you to sleep. The whale, giant of the deep. Deep in the ocean, where light fades into blue dreams, lives the whale, the gentle giant. Blue whales can be longer than 3 buses, and yet their song is soft, deep, and slow, traveling miles through the sea. Each time a whale rises, it exhales a misty breath into the night air, like a sigh of the ocean itself. Though enormous, whales move with peace, gliding through the water, singing to one another. Their songs are like lullabies of the deep, steady, calm, carrying you further into rest. The cat, silent companion. Closer to home, imagine a small cat curled up beside you. Cats purr, a soft, steady vibration, a sound proven to bring comfort and healing. They are both playful hunters and quiet dreamers. As the cat breathes slowly, its chest rising and falling, it seems to carry you into the rhythm of sleep itself. Listen to the purr, soft steady, like a little motor of comfort beside you. The elephant, gentle giant on land. Far away, under African skies, elephants walk slowly as a family. They touch trunks to greet each other. They rumble softly in sound so low that humans can barely hear them. An elephant's heart is huge, beating slowly, strongly. Calves, the baby elephants, sometimes suck their trunks for comfort, just like human babies with thumbs. The herd moves together, protective, caring, and as they walk, the ground vibrates, a deep lullaby of footsteps echoing in your dreams. The penguin, cold wanderer. Now let's travel to icy lands where penguins huddle close under falling snow. They take turns standing on the outside, keeping each other warm. Their tuxedo-like feathers shine under the moonlight like little guardians of the cold. Penguins cannot fly, but in water they move like arrows, fast, smooth, playful. At night, their calls rise like gentle songs over the ice. Huddled together, safe, they remind us of warmth, even in the coldest places. The firefly, light of the night. In the quiet of a summer night, fireflies drift through the air like living stars. Their tiny bodies glow with bioluminescence, a soft, a golden light. They flash to find each other, to send little signals of love. Imagine lying in a field, watching the soft lights float, blink, and disappear. The fireflies paint the night sky with sparkles of calm, each glow a gentle reminder that beauty can be found in the smallest things. The turtle, slow traveler. On sandy shores, a turtle slowly makes its way back to the sea. Its shell is like a shield, a moving home, protecting it through life. Turtles have lived on Earth for more than 200 million years. They breathe slowly. They live slowly. They remind us that there is no rush. Each step is steady, each movement soft. Like a turtle, you can let go of the rush of the day and sink into slow, peaceful rest. The wolf, silent guardian. In moonlit forests, wolves walk quietly with their pack. They are not just hunters, but families, caring for one another. A wolf's howl is a song, reaching across miles, calling to the heart. Their eyes shine like lanterns in the dark, yet they move with grace, with patience. Listen to the soft echo of a distant howl, not frightening, but steady, guiding you deeper into dreamland. The horse, dreaming runner. Imagine standing in a quiet meadow, horses grazing under stars. Their breath is warm, their bodies calm, their movement strong but gentle. Horses can sleep standing up, their legs locking softly. When they dream, they sometimes lie down, eyes fluttering, running in their sleep. They have carried humans for centuries, but tonight they carry you into calmness. The sound of their hooves on soft ground is like a heartbeat, steady, comforting, timeless. The sloth, master of stillness. In the green canopy of tropical forests, a sloth hangs quietly from a tree branch. It moves so slowly that algae grows on its fur, turning it into living camouflage. Each movement takes patience, each blink unhurried. Its heart beats slower than most mammals, saving energy, saving calm. Scientists say a sloth can take nearly a month to digest a single leaf. In its stillness, it teaches us something, that life doesn't always have to be rushed. Slow, steady, peaceful. The panda, gentle giant of bamboo forests. Far away in the misty mountains of China, pandas wander among the bamboo. They eat for hours, sitting peacefully with their round faces and calm eyes. Though they are bears, they rarely show aggression. Their nature is soft, calm, almost childlike. Pandas spend most of their lives in quiet solitude, resting under the whispering bamboo leaves. When the wind passes through the forest, it sounds like a soft lullaby, and the panda, with a full belly, simply closes its eyes and drifts into another nap. The seahorse, tiny ocean dreamer. In the quiet shallows of the sea, tiny seahorses float like underwater dancers. They hold onto coral with their tails, swaying gently with the current. What's most magical? It's the male who carries the babies. He nurtures hundreds of tiny lives inside a small pouch until they're ready to swim free. Their shape, their motion, their grace all look like poetry under the water. Every sway, every drift, as if the ocean itself is breathing them to sleep. The koala, eucalyptus dreamer. Up in the trees of Australia, koalas cling to branches half asleep. They nap nearly 20 hours a day, lulled by the soft scent of eucalyptus leaves. Their slow heartbeat and fuzzy fur make them look like tiny gray clouds resting above the earth. Koalas eat leaves low in energy. That's why they rest so much. It's nature's design. Conserve, relax, breathe. And as they dream, the forest hums around them in soft harmony. The red fox, whisper of the woods. Under silver moonlight, a red fox steps lightly through the forest. Its fur glows orange against the snow, tail curled like a brush of fire. It listens, every sound, every heartbeat of the forest. A fox can hear a mouse moving under thick snow. Its patience is its strength. Silent, focused, graceful. And when it pauses, all of nature seems to hold its breath with it. The manatee, ocean's gentle soul. Floating in warm waters, manatees drift slowly like clouds underwater. They're sometimes called sea cows, but they're more like the ocean's gentle monks, peaceful, harmless, calm. They graze on seagrass all day, breathing softly every few minutes. Their thick skin, soft eyes, and slow movements create an aura of timeless peace. If the ocean could dream, it would dream of manatees, drifting, floating, forever calm. The snow leopard, spirit of the mountains. High in the cold mountains of Central Asia, the snow leopard moves like a ghost. Its thick fur ripples with every step, tail curling behind like a ribbon of snow. It rarely roars. It prefers silence, solitude, and stillness. Every movement is deliberate, quiet, elegant. Snow leopards remind us power can live quietly and grace can hide in stillness. The jellyfish, drifter of the deep. In the deep blue, jellyfish float with hypnotic rhythm. No bones, no brain, no sound, only gentle pulsations glowing softly. Some pulse to the rhythm of ocean currents, some glow in neon blues and purples under moonlight. They have existed for over 500 million years. And even without thoughts, they follow perfect patterns. Nature's silent meditation. The hedgehog, little night wanderer. In a quiet garden under starlight, a tiny hedgehog rustles through the leaves. It curls into a small, perfect ball when frightened, a tiny fortress of peace. Its quills protect, but its heart is gentle. When the night is calm, it wanders slowly, sniffing flowers, chasing beetles. A tiny reminder that even the smallest creatures live their own soft adventures. The reindeer, traveler of light. Far in the Arctic tundra, reindeer move across glowing snowfields under shimmering northern lights. Their hooves click gently on the ice as they migrate in long, quiet journeys. They see ultraviolet light, invisible to humans, helping them find food beneath snow. Reindeer live together, guiding each other across vast silence. The sound of their steps, the rhythm of their breath, all feel like the heartbeat of winter itself. The parrot, voice of the jungle. As morning rises deep in the rainforest, parrots awaken with soft chatter. Their colors flash through the mist, reds, greens, blues, yellows, like dreams taking flight. They can mimic human speech, not out of mockery, but connection. Their intelligence shines in play, in bonding, in learning. Even as the world stirs awake, their calls remind us of life's beauty in every voice. The elephant seal, guardian of the cold seas. In the frozen waters of the Southern Ocean, the elephant seal rests upon an ice-covered shore. Its massive body glistens under the pale sunlight, breathing slowly, each exhale rising in a mist of silver. Despite its size, sometimes weighing more than a small car, it moves with quiet grace. When underwater, an elephant seal can hold its breath for nearly 2 hours, diving deep into darkness where light cannot reach. Its heartbeat slows, muscles tighten, and oxygen flows only to the organs that truly need it. Down there, in the silence of the deep, the seal listens to faint echoes, to the slow rhythm of its world. It swims through columns of cold water, past shimmering fish and drifting plankton. And when it rises back to the surface, it exhales a long, soft sigh, like the ocean itself breathing. On land, they rest in great colonies, shoulder to shoulder, yet silent, each one at peace, their heavy forms still as the stones they lie upon. Even in the harshest cold, life has found a way, not through noise or haste, but through quiet endurance. The elephant seal, massive and serene, reminds us that strength can live in stillness. The flamingo, dancer of the shallow lakes. In sunlit waters tinted pink by algae, the flamingos gather in thousands, a sea of soft color reflected in the morning light. They stand on one leg, resting as if in a delicate pose. Scientists say this posture helps them preserve body heat, an elegant act of balance and efficiency. Their color comes from what they eat, tiny crustaceans and algae rich in beta-carotene. Without it, their feathers would fade to white. But with time, they bloom into shades of rose and coral, glowing in the golden air. When flamingos feed, they tilt their heads upside down, using a unique filter system in their beaks to separate food from water, a marvel of natural engineering. And when evening falls, they rise together in flight, wings spreading in pink waves across the horizon. It's said that flamingos choose mates through synchronized dance, moving together, necks entwined, steps mirrored perfectly, thousands moving as one, like the heartbeat of a living lake. Under fading sunlight, their reflection shimmers like a dream, and the whole world seems to breathe slower, softer, calmer. The sea turtle, ancient voyager. Under the quiet moon, a sea turtle glides through the warm current. It has swum these waters for more than 100 million years, long before humans ever walked the earth. Each stroke of its flippers is slow, sure, eternal. It remembers the beach where it was born, the smell of sand, the pull of the tide, and someday it will return there to lay its eggs. A turtle shell is not just armor, it's part of its skeleton, living bone fused with nature's art. And inside, its heart beats slower than most, allowing it to dive deep, staying underwater for long stretches of quiet stillness. When baby turtles hatch, they emerge together in the night, guided only by moonlight reflecting on the waves. Many will not survive. Birds, crabs, and currents await them. But those who do will wander the seas for decades, returning to the same shore, guided by memories written in salt and instinct. The ocean embraces them like an old friend. They drift between worlds, sea and land, life and legend, silent voyagers of time itself. Every wave that carries them whispers the same message: go slow, go far, go home. The chameleon, artist of survival. High in the trees, beneath a green canopy, a chameleon moves carefully across a thin branch. Its feet grip like gentle hands. Its tail curls for balance, and its eyes, moving independently, scan in two directions at once. It is both hunter and ghost, vanishing into its surroundings without sound. But its color, the miracle of light on skin, is not magic, it's science. Underneath its outer layer lie cells called iridophores, filled with nanocrystals that reflect and scatter light. By changing the spacing between these crystals, a chameleon can shift from green to gold, from calm to alert. When it's relaxed, cool blues and greens shimmer softly. When threatened, warmth spreads, yellows, reds, oranges, like the flicker of a hidden flame. Each change is a silent conversation between the chameleon and its world. I'm here, I'm safe, I'm alive. At night, It sleeps pale under moonlight, blending with the silence around it, still, resting, invisible to the chaos of the world below. The whale shark, gentle giant of the deep. In the sun-dappled waters near the equator, the whale shark drifts, enormous yet peaceful. The largest fish on Earth, it can grow longer than a bus, yet it feeds on the smallest of life, plankton, drifting the current. It opens its massive mouth, filtering thousands of liters of water with each slow pass. Inside that vast body, a quiet heart beats at an unhurried rhythm. Its skin is patterned with white spots, unique to each individual, like a fingerprint of the sea. Scientists believe these gentle giants migrate across entire oceans, following invisible highways of temperature and light. When divers meet them, they often describe the same feeling: awe and peace. The whale shark does not rush, does not fight. It simply exists, gliding through a blue world where time itself seems slower. Even surrounded by life and movement, it remains calm, a floating cathedral of silence and gray. The polar bear, monarch of the frozen north. Across the Arctic ice, a polar bear walks alone, its paws wide and padded, pressed gently into snow. The fur appears white, but each strand is hollow and transparent, catching sunlight and reflecting it back. Beneath the fur lies black skin, absorbing warmth even in the coldest winds. Polar bears can smell prey from kilometers away, guided by senses sharper than any human instrument. Yet, in the long Arctic night, they spend much of their time resting, conserving energy, drifting between wakefulness and sleep. Mothers dig snow dens to give birth, where cubs open their eyes for the first time in soft darkness, wrapped in warmth. When they emerge months later, the world is white, endless, and new. The bear stretches, breath rising into the cold air, then begins its slow walk across the ice. Step by step, quiet and steady, a rhythm older than time, echoing through the frozen world. The butterfly, messenger of transformation. In a quiet garden, a small egg rests on a leaf. From it hatches a tiny caterpillar, fragile, hungry, unaware of the miracle that awaits. It eats, grows, sheds, and finally spins itself into a cocoon, wrapping in silence. Inside, its body dissolves, not death, but change. Cells awaken that were waiting all along, shaping wings, colors, and flight. And then one day, the shell opens, and a butterfly steps into the light. Its wings shimmer with microscopic scales that bend light into color, blues, golds, purples, beyond paint or word. As it flutters through the air, it becomes part of the wind, a whisper of movement in sunlight. Butterflies live only a few weeks, yet in that brief time, they remind the world of transformation, of letting go, becoming new, and moving gently through life's seasons. The dolphin, keeper of ocean joy. In the glowing sea near twilight, dolphins swim in circles, their bodies cutting through the water like silver arrows. They communicate with clicks and whistles, an underwater language of friendship and laughter. Each dolphin has a signature whistle, like a name, used to call and greet others. They live in pods, families bound not by blood, but by affection. When one is hurt, the others stay, supporting it at the surface to breathe. They play, leap, and surf the waves, not for food, not for need, but for joy. Their brains are large, their emotions deep. Scientists have observed them showing empathy, curiosity, and even humor. In their presence, the ocean feels alive, not cold or vast, but warm and connected. When night falls, dolphins slow their movements, half their brain resting while the other stays awake, keeping them safe even as they dream. And in that rhythm, half asleep, half aware, they mirror us, floating peacefully between wakefulness and the soft embrace of sleep. The hummingbird, heartbeat of the air. In the soft light of dawn, tiny wings blur faster than the eye can see. A hummingbird hovers between two blossoms, suspended in midair like a jewel made of motion. Its heart beats more than 1,000 times per minute, a rhythm so fast it borders on invisible. Scientists discovered that the hummingbird's flight is not simple flapping, but a delicate figure-8 motion. Each stroke lifts, both forward and back, letting it float like a miniature helicopter among the petals. Its feathers shimmer in colors that change with the angle of light, not because of pigment, but because of microscopic structures that bend light itself. At night, when its energy fades, the hummingbird enters torpor, a deep, sleep-like state that slows its heartbeat and breathing, saving energy for another day of flight. In that stillness, this creature of speed becomes a symbol of balance, of motion and rest, of survival written in the rhythm of wings. The octopus, mind of the ocean. Deep below the waves, in the shifting blue shadows, the octopus glides silently over coral and sand. Its skin changes instantly, from rough to smooth, from pale to patterned, matching rock, reef, or ripple. This transformation isn't magic. It's the work of chromatophores and iridophores, microscopic sacs of pigment and mirror-like cells that respond to the octopus's thoughts in less than a second. It doesn't have one brain. It has many. 2/3 of its neurons live in its arms, each capable of tasting, touching, and deciding on its own. Every arm moves independently, yet communicates seamlessly with the central brain, forming a living network of intelligence. When an octopus dreams, its skin pulses with colors. Scientists believe it might be reliving memories or imagining scenarios like humans do in REM sleep. In that quiet dark, the ocean's most alien creature drifts between thought and instinct, intelligence and mystery, the silent mind beneath the sea. The red panda, shadow of the Himalayas. In the misty forests of the Himalayas, where bamboo bends beneath dew and fog, the red panda moves like a whisper. Its russet fur glows faintly in the cold light, tail curled like a blanket against the mountain wind. Though it shares a name with the giant panda, it is no bear. It's closer to raccoons and weasels, a relic of an ancient lineage that once spread across the earth. It eats bamboo, berries, and occasionally eggs. Slow, selective, never wasteful. Red pandas have a special thumb, not a real finger, but an extended wrist bone, helping them grasp bamboo stalks with quiet grace. At night, they wrap themselves in their own tails, sleeping in the branches like soft embers among leaves. They live alone, rarely making sound, yet every movement holds elegance, a reminder that beauty often hides in the quieter corners of the world. The cuttlefish, painter of the sea. Under shallow waves, in the realm where sunlight dances across sand, the cuttlefish hovers like a living illusion. Its body ripples with patterns, lines, pulses, waves of light and color. Unlike any painter, it creates images across its own skin, not with hands, but with layers of living cells. Its chromatophores add color, iridophores reflect light, and leucophores scatter it, together forming a biological display more advanced than any screen humans have built. When it hunts, it flashes moving patterns to dazzle prey, a hypnotic storm of light and shadow. Inside its head lies one of the most complex brains in the invertebrate world. It can learn, solve mazes, and even remember patterns after long breaks. And yet, it lives less than 2 years. In that brief span, it paints, hides, and survives a short but brilliant life written in color and silence. The camel, keeper of the desert. Across endless dunes where the sun burns like fire, the camel walks without hurry. Its long eyelashes guard against sandstorms, its wide feet glide over shifting dunes, and its humps, not water but fat, store energy for the long journey. A camel can drink over 100 liters of water in one sitting and then survive for weeks without another drop. Its red blood cells are oval, not round, letting them flow even when dehydrated. Its body temperature shifts with the desert's heat, saving energy instead of fighting the sun. When night comes, the desert cools, and the camel kneels under the stars. Its breath forms mist in the cold air, a soft rhythm against the vast silence. In its endurance, it carries the story of adaptation, the art of surviving not by fighting nature, but by becoming part of it. The firefly squid, star of the deep. Far beneath the waves of Japan's Toyama Bay, when spring comes, the sea begins to glow. Millions of tiny lights drift through the dark. The firefly squid, nature's oceanic constellation. Each squid shines with bioluminescent organs on its tentacles and body, glowing blue to communicate, attract mates, or confuse predators. Their light is not random. It's controlled through nerves, dimmed or brightened in patterns, like Morse code between stars. For one brief season each year, they rise to the surface, illuminating the coastline like a living galaxy. Scientists study their bioluminescence to learn how nature turns chemistry into light, how life writes brightness into darkness. When the season ends, they sink once more into the quiet depths, the stars of the sea fading until the next spring's awakening. The snowy owl, ghost of the tundra. Across the Arctic plains, where the wind moves like breath over frozen silence, the snowy owl perches on a mound of ice. Its feathers gleam white, layered thick to guard against the cold. Each feather muffles sound, turning its flight into silence. With vision sharp enough to see movement miles away and hearing tuned to the faintest rustle under snow, it hunts without fail. Its golden eyes are windows into the endless night, calm, unwavering. Unlike most owls, it hunts by day as well as night, following the rhythm of the Arctic's eternal light and dark. When it takes flight, snow swirls softly beneath its wings, and for a moment it looks like a fragment of winter itself, alive and free. The whale, song of the deep. In the great blue silence of the ocean, A low hum travels farther than any sound on earth. It's the song of a whale, deep, resonant, timeless. Each call can cross entire oceans, carrying messages between individuals miles apart. Scientists have recorded patterns in their songs, introductions, verses, repetitions, a language of rhythm and emotion that changes slowly across years, as if passed through generations. When whales dive, their massive hearts slow, their bodies compress under immense pressure, and yet they move gracefully through the dark. Every surfacing breath releases a plume of mist, catching the moonlight like silver smoke. Their world is vast, and their voice is ancient, echoes of a time before words, before machines, when only life and water sang. The jaguar, spirit of the rainforest. Beneath the emerald canopy of the Amazon, the night hums with life. A shadow moves, silent, deliberate, the jaguar. Its golden eyes catch fragments of moonlight that filter through leaves, and its rosette-marked coat blends perfectly with the forest floor. Unlike other big cats, the jaguar doesn't roar to claim its land. It moves in quiet dominance, one step at a time. Its bite is the strongest of all cats, able to pierce the skull of prey with ease. Yet in the stillness of night, it moves like water, fluid, calm, and unhurried. Scientists believe the jaguar helps balance the entire rainforest. By controlling herbivore numbers, it keeps vegetation healthy, rivers clean, and ecosystems stable. When it pauses by a stream, listening to the chorus of frogs and cicadas, you can almost feel the pulse of the jungle around it. The jaguar doesn't rule through fear. It rules through harmony. A predator, yes, but also a protector of the living rhythm that never sleeps. The sloth, keeper of time. High in the branches where sunlight turns to mist, the sloth hangs upside down, unmoving, almost invisible. Its fur, home to tiny algae and moths, grows greenish over time, blending it perfectly with the forest canopy. Scientists once called it lazy, but it isn't. Every motion is chosen carefully, every movement made only when needed. Its slow heartbeat and low metabolism help it survive on the simplest diet, leaves that would poison or starve other animals. When rain falls, the sloth simply stays, its fur repelling water, its calm eyes watching the storm pass. Even its descent from trees, only once a week to relieve itself, follows the rhythm of the moon. In a world that never stops moving, the sloth teaches something profound. That slowness can be strength, that stillness can be wisdom, and that peace, sometimes, is the highest form of survival. The meerkat, sentinel of the savannah. Across the golden sands of the Kalahari, as dawn breaks, small figures rise from their burrows. Meerkats, standing upright, paws folded neatly, eyes scanning the horizon. Their world is full of danger, hawks, snakes, jackals. But they survive through unity. While some forage, others stand guard. If one spots a threat, it gives a call, and the colony scatters in perfect coordination. Meerkats are tiny mammals with immense cooperation. Their social system is built on trust. They babysit each other's young, share food, and even rotate watch duties under the scorching sun. Each sound they make has meaning. Scientists have recorded distinct calls for birds, snakes, and land predators. like a language shaped by generations of survival. When evening falls, they huddle together underground, breathing softly as the desert cools. And above them, the stars burn bright, silent witnesses to their fragile yet powerful community. The I, the night listener. In the dense forests of Madagascar, as night deepens, a strange rhythm begins. Tap, tap, tap. It's the sound of the Iai, a nocturnal lemur searching for insects beneath tree bark. Its long skeletal middle finger taps the wood, listening for echoes, a sonar of touch and sound. When it finds a hollow, it gnaws a hole with sharp teeth and slips that thin finger inside to hook out a grub. This feeding method, called percussive foraging, is unique among primates, a rare adaptation blending precision, patience, and intelligence. The Iai's large glowing eyes catch every shimmer of moonlight. Its fur ripples as it moves, neither fast nor slow, but curious, deliberate. For centuries, local myths called it a symbol of bad luck, but modern science reveals it as one of evolution's most remarkable problem solvers. In the quiet of the night, when all other sounds fade, its tapping continues, the rhythm of life hidden in the heart of darkness. The giraffe, tower of silence. Under the wide African sky, the giraffe moves across the savanna in slow, graceful strides. Its long neck sways like a branch in the wind, and its eyes, gentle, high above the world, see both near and far. A giraffe's heart is enormous, strong enough to pump blood up 2 meters to its brain. Its legs are built with tight vessels that prevent fainting when it bends to drink. Evolution has crafted it perfectly, not for speed, but for balance and grace. They communicate in low hums too deep for human ears, using subtle gestures, a look, a lean, a slow blink. Even when lions stalk nearby, the giraffe remains calm, alert, but still. And when dusk paints the plains in gold, it stands silhouetted against the setting sun, as if carved by time itself. The giraffe reminds us that silence can also be strength, that the tallest hearts often beat the softest. The binturong, whisper of the canopy. In the rainforests of Southeast Asia, a scent drifts through the air, something like warm popcorn. It comes from the binturong, the bear cat, a nocturnal climber hidden among the branches. Its tail, long and prehensile, wraps around branches as it moves, silent as smoke. With dark fur and gentle eyes, it feeds on fruit and small animals, helping spread seeds across the jungle. Scientists discovered that the popcorn-like scent comes from a compound called 2-acetyl-1-pyrrolane, the same one created when rice or bread is toasted, a sweet accident of biology. That scent marks its territory and tells others, "I'm here." When night deepens, the binturong rests on a high branch, tail curled, body still. In the symphony of the jungle, frogs, cicadas, rainfall, it becomes just another whisper among many. a quiet reminder that even in the darkness, the forest breathes. The hyena, voice of the moon. Across the savannah, under a silver moon, laughter echoes, eerie, wild, unforgettable. It's the call of the spotted hyena. Often misunderstood as scavengers, hyenas are in fact skilled hunters operating in complex social structures led by females. Their laughter isn't joy, it's communication. Each pitch and tone tells others rank, motion, or location. Their jaws are powerful enough to crush bone, recycling calcium back into the land. A natural balance keeper of the plains. At night, their eyes shine pale gold, tracking movement in the grass. Their world is one of cooperation and cunning, a matriarchal order woven through instinct. When dawn arrives, their laughter fades into quiet, leaving only the whisper of grass and the echo of survival beneath the rising sun. The owl butterfly, winged moonlight. As dusk falls in the rainforest, a large butterfly opens its wings, dark brown, speckled with silver. On each wing glows a perfect imitation of an owl's eye, bold, round, and watching. The owl butterfly doesn't fly fast, it drifts. Predators mistake those eye patterns for the face of something larger and hesitate. In this stillness, deception becomes defense, and gentleness becomes survival. By day, it rests on tree bark, wings closed, blending into wood and shadow. By night, it feeds on rotting fruit, drawn by the sweetness hidden in decay. Its life is short, its flight fragile, yet in the moonlight, it looks eternal. When it vanishes into the dark, all that remains is the faint glimmer of its wings, a silent echo of beauty, gone as softly as it arrived. The Arctic fox, spirit of the snow. In the endless white of the Arctic tundra, small shadow moves across the snow, light-footed, nearly invisible. It's the Arctic fox, wrapped in a coat so thick and soft it reflects the glow of the moon. During winter, it turns pure white, blending with snow and ice. But when summer arrives, it sheds this ghostly fur for shades of brown and gray, an ever-changing camouflage guided by the rhythm of the earth itself. The Arctic fox survives where few others can. It hears beneath the snow the faint rustle of a vole tunneling below the frozen crust and dives headfirst, disappearing into powder. Its paws are covered in fur, acting like snowshoes, and its round body traps warmth with perfect efficiency. Scientists say it can survive temperatures below -50 degrees Celsius, a feat of evolution that marries grace with endurance. And when the night sky dances with aurora light, the fox stands still, eyes lifted, a small spirit among the stars of the snow. The giant squid, phantom of the abyss. Deep below the surface, in a world without sunlight, a shape glides through the darkness, long, silent, and immense. The giant squid, once thought a myth, now a mystery revealed in fragments of shadow and light. It lives thousands of meters below, where pressure could crush steel, and yet it moves with fluid grace. Its eyes are the largest of any animal on Earth, as big as a dinner plate, evolved to detect the faintest trace of light or movement in the black. Each of its arms, lined with suckers bearing tiny teeth, can stretch for meters. It uses them not in rage, but precision, reaching, testing, pulling prey into a beak hidden at its center. And when threatened, it releases clouds of bioluminescence, not darkness, but light, as if the ocean itself were glowing to protect it. No one has seen a giant squid in its full, free majesty. It is the deep ocean's secret, the whisper of something vast, ancient, and unknowable. The phantom that haunts the dreams of the sea. The snow leopard, ghost of the peaks. High in the Himalayas, where the air is thin and the world is carved from ice, the snow leopard walks. Its fur, gray, white, and patterned like mist, makes it vanish into the cliffs. Locals call it the ghost of the mountains, for it is seen more in legend than in life. Its tail, long and thick, wraps around its body as it sleeps, conserving heat. Each step is measured, silent, calculated to cross rock ledges narrower than a hand. Its lungs are large, its heart strong. Built for the oxygen-starved world above the clouds, it hunts ibex and blue sheep, but rarely kills more than needed. It moves like wind, not for conquest, but for survival. And when it pauses, high above the valleys, you can almost feel time stop. A stillness that belongs only to the mountains. For centuries, the snow leopard has been a symbol of mystery, of solitude, of strength without noise, the silent guardian of a kingdom of stone. The lantern fish, light in the dark. Far below, where sunlight fades, tiny lights flicker like stars in the sea. They belong to lanternfish, one of the most abundant species on Earth, yet rarely seen. Each lanternfish carries its own constellation of bioluminescent organs, glowing with patterns that differ by species, by age, even by motion. They use light to find mates, confuse predators, or blend into the faint shimmer above, a trick called counter-illumination. Every night, billions of them rise from the deep to feed, creating one of the largest animal migrations on the planet. A silent tide of living stars that rises and falls with the rhythm of the Earth's rotation. Though small, they are the backbone of the ocean's food web, sustaining whales, squid, and countless others. Without them, the sea would be empty. Their light, faint as it is, holds the balance of life in the deep. They remind us that even in the darkest places, something always shines. The penguin, traveler between worlds. On the edge of Antarctica, where sea meets ice, a penguin stands facing the wind. Its feathers are sleek, waterproof, and layered, an armor of warmth against the cold. Underneath, a layer of fat insulates its body, keeping its heart steady even in freezing seas. Penguins are birds that cannot fly, yet they move through water with the grace of wings. They can dive hundreds of meters, holding their breath for minutes, chasing fish through shimmering darkness. When they return to shore, they gather in colonies, thousands of voices merging into a chorus of survival. Parents take turns guarding eggs, protecting them from snowstorms and skuas. Their loyalty runs deep. Many return to the same mate year after year, recognizing each other by voice alone. And when the southern sky glows with twilight, penguins march across the ice, a pilgrimage written in instinct and courage. Between two worlds, sea and land, motion and rest, they remind us that balance is not stillness, but rhythm. The alpine ibex, climber of the impossible. High in the European Alps, where rock cliffs rise almost vertical, the ibex moves with impossible precision. Its hooves, split and rough, grip even the smallest ledge, allowing it to scale sheer walls where no predator can follow. It climbs not out of fear, but peace, seeking salt that glimmers on the rock face after rain. Its horns curve backward like the shape of the mountains themselves, worn and heavy with years. In spring, the herds gather on green slopes. In winter, they retreat to rocky cliffs warmed by sunlight. The ibex's balance is not just physical, it is harmony with height, with gravity, with wind. Scientists study their movement to design better climbing robots, inspired by an animal that has already perfected the art of motion in stillness. And when dawn breaks over the Alps, the ibex stands on a ledge, gazing across endless peaks, a living symbol of resilience, poise, and quiet mastery. The narwhal, unicorn of the Arctic. In icy waters beneath floating glaciers, a sleek gray body glides just below the surface. From its head rises a long spiral tusk, the narwhal's legendary horn. This tusk is actually a tooth growing up to 3 meters long, filled with nerves that sense temperature, salinity, and movement, a biological sensor, tuned to the Arctic's pulse. Narwhals travel in pods, diving deep for fish and squid, using clicks and whistles to communicate through the cold. Their world is one of extremes. Freezing temperatures, long nights, shifting ice, yet they move with calm intelligence, following ancient migration paths known only to them. When the ice cracks and the moonlight touches the water, their tusks gleam like silver swords of myth. But their story is one of science, not magic. They are the Arctic's quiet explorers, proof that even legends can be real. The deep sea anglerfish, glow of the abyss. In the deepest trenches of the ocean, where pressure crushes and darkness reigns, a faint light appears. It sways gently, like a candle on the current. It belongs to the anglerfish, a creature both strange and wondrous. At the end of a long spine above its head glows a lure, a living lamp filled with bioluminescent bacteria. It uses this light to attract prey in the black, waiting patiently as small fish draw near, mesmerized by the glow. The female is large and fierce. The male, tiny and dependent, fuses into her body, becoming part of her, sharing blood, life, and light. It's an eerie partnership, but one that ensures survival in a place where resources are scarce and life is harsh. In this realm of silence and crushing dark, light becomes treasure, and the anglerfish becomes its keeper. A single spark in the abyss, shining where the world ends. Our journey through the animal world is slowly coming to rest. Owls in the forest, dolphins in the sea, elephants on the plains, each animal living gently, living peacefully, living in harmony with the world. As you close your eyes, let yourself drift deeper, knowing the world is filled with wonders. But tonight, you can rest. Good night, sleep well, and may your dreams be as calm as the quiet footsteps of animals beneath the stars.